What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over the Menta Blade. I'm going to be showcasing it, showing myself buying it, and giving my personal thoughts. Is it as bad as people say? Is it better than people say? I'll be telling you in this video. But before I do that, I'm hosting a giveaway. I announced the winner Friday, and all you have to do to enter is comment and subscribe, and it'll be for a $10 Robux gift card, or like 800 Robux, I think. So I actually spent a bunch of time rolling so I could get, because I didn't want to give up like the only galaxy I had. So I spent a bunch of time rolling, and then I realized, oh wait, I need 6 of every single element so to get the arcane necklaces. So then I had to grind all that out. I was trying to get this video out like 2 or 3 days ago, but there were so many things I had to do. I don't have like any gems anymore because I had to waste all of them to get all the elements I needed. But now I finally have everything I need. All 3 of the fusion blades, an extra galaxy seed. I don't even got it locked. It's already ready to get out of my inventory. I already got the elements that I need turned into the 3 arcane necklaces, and I saved up the 1 million gold. So I'm gonna go over here, pop it in. I feel like this might as well just be selling a galaxy orb. I know, I'm getting cold feet. I'm gonna do it. I did it. Oh my god. Wow. I was gonna pull it out like, oh, there's the blade, but I forgot I have a skin on. Oh, yucky. Okay. Well, now I'm gonna review it. Alright guys, so I ran over to the train dummy and I'm going to show it off a little bit. I might also take it into a dungeon. And just so you know, like the numbers that you're about to see aren't as good as they get. Like I reforged it and I upgraded as much as I can with the money I had. But you could still get way more damage out of this if you had better relics. Like I have magic relics on. If you had sword relics on instead, you'd be getting way more damage. And if it was corrupted, you'd be getting way more damage as well. So just keep in mind that the numbers that you see me going to do, they're not completely indicative of how much damage it could be doing if you upgraded it more, if you had better relics, and if you corrupted it. I'm just trying to kind of show you the ability and what it might look like when it is a little better. So, but with that out of the way, I don't know. Some people, I think I see them like trying to do this, because how the ability works is every time you hit, it has a chance of shooting out. I don't know the exact percentage, but as you can see, it's not that high because it's not coming out right now. But I've seen some people use it like this, and I know this looks silly because it just won't fire. There we go. See, it didn't fire like 20 times, and then it just comes out like bang, bang, like that. But you see how ineffective this is, just like hitting like this and just waiting for it to come out like that is so ineffective. I would use this more like up on them, and as you can see, and just like allow that like burst to just be like quick burst DPS while you just use it like a normal sword. I wouldn't try to like use it like this, like back here, in my opinion. But that's just me. I guess this is safer, and it's pretty risky to use swords like this because if you get hit, you know, you could just die in the higher dungeons almost right away. I don't know if putting my element on this will do more damage. Hold up. 1,600. Put my element on. Also, to put your element on it, you need to be into the jungle. And I mean, you can probably, they'd take forever to explain that. But to put your element on this, you just click H if you already have it. So for some reason, it does almost 100 less damage when I put my element on. Okay, so I guess I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that's kind of how the sword works. You just hit. It doesn't have an ability or mastery attached to it like other swords. Like lightning katana has an ability, and you can just use the ability and it procs the thing. But with this, you just kind of have to hit and just hope it just comes out if you're going to use it at range like that. But I wouldn't. So I decided to load off into Atlantis on Hell, just to kind of see. I could do Underworld, and it might be better to do that. But since I don't have this fully upgraded, I thought it wouldn't be fair to pit it against like the hardest enemies I can do right now. So, oh yikes! Okay, we are tickling them. Okay. And you can see, like, you could probably get twice the amount of damage out of this. So you could probably just scale it up in your head, like, with that. Like, because, again, if you had it corrupted and upgraded more and all and blah, 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 you could probably get, like, twice as much damage out of this. But even so, it's still going to take you a little bit to kill these enemies. And swords are kind of risky because you are playing up into them a little bit like this. And so you can see, like, I have 2,100 health, but they got a bunch of chips in on me right there. They took out a massive portion of my health. And that's something you have to take into account when using swords is that, like, if you don't have much health, you're going to get, you know, because you're going to get hit just every once in a while. Like, everybody will. I mean, even if you're doing something like this where you just, like, hit, back up, and just hit, back up, hit, back up. I mean, there's still, like, a chance you could get hit because just the nature of swords. So also be thinking about that when you're deciding, like, oh, I want to try a sword. Like, maybe make sure you have, like, a full set of, like, armor like I have right now that can, like, tank some of those hits. But maybe I should fast forward to the boss and see if I could take the boss on. So I did a little bit of the dungeon, and I'm not going to lie, it's not even the hardest dungeon I can do, and I didn't even want to finish it. It's not that, like, I couldn't have. It would have just taken like a million years to do it. It's so slow. I probably don't even need to say my verdict, but my verdict is like, this is a waste of a galaxy orb. It's a waste of 3 dragons. It's not better than the lightning katana. It's probably the worst sword out of the 4 like best ones in the game. It's probably the worst one out of those. And it's the hardest to get by far. Because you've got to give Galaxy up to get it. That's insane to me. I wouldn't use this. I'm thinking ways to buff it, but it's kind of going to be universal for swords. You got to make them do more damage. Maybe give this thing an ability other than like the whole shooting out ability thing it's got. Maybe give it like an actual ability like the lightning katana. But swords are just in a terrible spot right now. And I know you might be thinking like, well, Kat, you didn't have everything that you could have had on it to make it as strong as possible. But even if I did have all of that on, it still wouldn't have changed like the main problems with it. You know, it still wouldn't have done more damage than like having Phantom or just Galaxy. Like, you're giving up a Galaxy for this sword. I feel like the sword should at least be closely equivalent to a Galaxy, but it's not at all. It's not like, because I weigh it as like, if you're using a sword, you're not using an element. So it's got to be better than some of the better elements, right? But it's not better than what you have to give up to get it. You got to give up 3 dragons and a Galaxy to get this. And I would say dragon is better and Galaxy is way better. So it's like, why you would craft this is just, it doesn't make sense to me. So I would not craft this. I would pass up on this and wait until there's a V2, or maybe wait until swords just in general get a buff. But for now, this is definitely a pass. I mean, I wanted it just to say I have it, honestly, because I had multiple Galaxies. So I'm like, hey, I don't really need multiple of them, you know? So I might as well just turn it into a Menta and, you know, bring this video to you guys. But if you found it helpful or informative, maybe consider liking and subscribing and commenting, all that good stuff. I hope that this guide or showcase helped you more inform your decision if you were going to get it or not. Maybe you still want to get it. Maybe you think it's really cool. And like I said, you can make it a lot stronger by switching the relics out with sword relics and by corrupting it and by putting more upgrades into it. You could get it to do a little bit of damage, but it still won't change the fact that you have to be right on top of the enemy to be doing damage. The ability is unreliable when you don't really know when it's going to come out. And just the fact that swords in general are in a really bad spot right now. So I wouldn't suggest it, and I definitely want to suggest it over any of the other weapons. like any of the other good ones. Obviously, I'm not talking about the bronze sword, but yeah, that's about all for today's video. If you liked it, subscribe. Thanks. See ya.